What would you do if you were blindfolded for 24 hours? Well, I can't answer that because I'm not you. What I can answer is what a blind guy would do blindfolded for 24 hours. I've been training my entire life for this moment, quite literally. So here's my challenge. For the next 24 hours, I'll be going without my remaining 5% of vision. I've already been living an independent life with my vision impairment, but let me just show you how I managed to adapt my next 24 hours with no sight, blindfolded. Siri, turn off the lights. Now, although I've never gone this long without using my eyes in my adult life, I often adapt to not using my sight for up to a few hours at a time. My eye condition is from an underdeveloped retina, meaning they gotta work extra hard to see even less. You know the old saying, life's not fair. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Siri, turn off the lights. Siri, are the lights off?
Your lights are off.
Oh, thank you. Now what?
According to my screen time, I waste an average of 9 hours and 26 minutes across all my devices. Initially, I thought the computer and video game limit my parents tried to enforce on me as a child had obviously not paid off. But then I remembered, this is across all my connected devices, computer, tablet, and phone. If I account for time spent listening to music while working out, watching educational documentaries, and keeping up with friends and loved ones, well then hey, 9 hours and 26 minutes wasn't too bad, even if I only sleep an average of 5 hours a night.
So I can use the phone as kind of this portable camera. It's accessible, so I can have it read things. And
now, obviously being visually impaired or legally blind is different from living with total blindness. I have nothing but respect for my friends living with total blindness. Much of the same accessibility needs are actually shared amongst the spectrum of blindness.
Alexa, do blind people see nothing?
From Perkins.org, some blind people truly see nothing, while others see light, shadows, or objects that are close by.
I was born legally blind. That means two things. My eyesight is so poor that the government says, hey, why even bother using them? And two, yeah, they're not even correctable with glasses.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. I don't feel like I need to show how this part is done. People are curious, especially like when you Google, how does a blind person? One of the top results, whether it's jokingly or not, how does a blind person know when to stop wiping? My answer to that, when it starts bleeding.
When I scrolled countless of blindfold challenge videos from sighted people, there was one thing that they were banking on you and I, the viewers, to not realize, and that is that nearly 50 million people live with blindness on the daily. That's not a good representation of what life is like if you were to go blind, or if you live with blindness. But you may be wondering, how do I intend to use my devices with a blindfold on? Well, that's how I know you've never dived into the settings of your device. You see, because I don't, most modern tech has accessibility settings. This can be as simple as closed captions or changing the colors of your display. I'll be making use of VoiceOver, which is a type of software known as a screen reader, and it's found on Apple devices.
One face near left edge. Centered.
This way, I can perform specific swipe and tap gestures. My phone will verbally describe what's on the screen and what actions I have available to me.
So there's a way I can turn off the voice, which is kind of nice. When you are recording video, obviously you probably don't want it to interrupt you.
Depending on how familiar with screen readers you are, the complexity can vary. However, when it comes to my desktop computers, I heavily rely on magnifying the screen and selectively choosing what my computer reads to me. So for the sake of this challenge, I'll be avoiding my desktops.
You know, even someone who has less sight than I do, they would be able to start up a Mac with no assistance.
Yeah, it's been the value since day one.
What I like about the iPad with a keyboard and trackpad is that it gives the feeling of a laptop, but VoiceOver feels like an approachable hybrid between the iPhone and Mac, in the spirit of Apple's 2017 advertisement for the next 24 hours. What's a computer? I spent some time checking emails and scrolling social media.
Alright, you caught me at a time when I'm doing a 24-hour blindfold challenge. Do you need help with something visually?
Shortly after, my friend Michelle called me for some tech support, and I told her what I was doing, and I stayed committed to the bit.
Got a salad for dinner.
For dinner, I whipped up a mean, leftover Caesar salad from scratch and ate in solitude. Unfortunately, my dining table is blocked off by film equipment, so the couch would do. And eventually the floor. I'm not sure what was going through my head at this point, but I knew I needed to find a way to entertain myself. And I always have to relearn. The one thing I did not want to neglect during this challenge was my hygiene. I won't lie to you, I was a bit insecure about filming this next part. Then I remembered the saying, if you get nervous, just imagine the audience in their underwear. Yeah, that still didn't help because, well, I was in the nude.
Oh god, too cold. Fine now. Good. Oh shit.
This was the part where I dropped the soap, and not gonna lie, that was a bit of a challenge to.
I'm not trying to like slip on the soap bar.
To find, and even when I did find it, slipped, and yeah, that's I don't. Moving on.
Found it. We're good. We are good. We're rolling.
Afterwards, I had to swap my blindfolds out due to the fact that my first one got drenched in the shower.
I'm gonna let it dry, but I do have this night one I'm gonna switch off to. So I'm just gonna again keep eyes shut. But this is the blindfold I'll be using going into tomorrow. Cool.
Fun fact, I've consulted accessibility on video games. Not just any video game, but 2 award-winning AAA titles. Although I could easily play a blind accessible game like The Last of Us Part 2 or God of War Ragnarok, I opted to play Fortnite. Because frankly, it's funnier that way. Specifically for me, not for my friend who has to guide me in our duos game.
Oh, great. You are going the wrong direction. Nope. Yep, come here. Follow the sound of my voice. You just fell off a ledge. Kind of hug the wall so you don't run off a nope, stop. Oh, you're running into a wall.
When playing this game blindfolded, it actually unlocked a pleasant memory. There was a period in my life when I did try an experimental surgery on my eyes. I was blindfolded for nearly 30 days to allow time for my eyes to heal. On days when my siblings were at school and parents were working, I was left home alone trying to find ways to pass the time. I had memorized the Xbox 360's menu by sound alone. I'd boot up Halo 3 and make friends in public lobbies after telling them that I was blindfolded from surgery. They'd go out of their way to protect, guide, and even drive me around in vehicles. It's just one of those memories that I feel like I buried, but the feeling has always stuck around with me, and that's why I have such an appreciation for multiplayer games.
Huh? Yes, you picked it up. You have 2 of them. Yeah. We are in the circle, yes. Pause. Okay. To your left. Okay, straight forward.
Everything was going smoothly. So smoothly that I started to believe that maybe if I can't see them, well then perhaps they can't see me.
No, we just fell down a cliff. And there might be there's people.
Okay, well they could in fact see me.
Also, I'm down. Yeah, go on without me. I might go to image describing for you. There's a thunder shotgun you just picked up. There's only 15 people left. You're on your shotgun. You have 0 ammo on that gun. And you're getting shot at, I do believe. Yep, 10 people left. You're being shot at. Oh, they're right in front of you. I think you're done for. You're running into the storm. You're out. You placed 4th.
I actually went to bed that night, not anticipating that I'd get the best sleep I've had in months. It probably helps that my eyes that are overly sensitive weren't exposed to the sun.
Some dishes to do, but all right, let's make some coffee. So I already know how this works. So you got the middle one, there's the 8, there's gonna be 10 ounce. Hopefully you don't see the dishes I neglected before I did this challenge. Just gonna line it up, so I'm gonna feeling for the tip of this, and I'm using the bottom of my thumb to feel where the edge of the cup is.
With voiceover enabled on my TV, I was able to navigate to the Fitness Plus app to warm up for a long blindfolded walk this morning.
You ready to move? Let's go! Stand. Arms out in your T position.
Although voiceover would occasionally tell me what position to switch to, I often found myself lost and confused on what pose I should be making. This is certainly an activity I would prefer real-time coaching over a video call or in person.
Stop, my friend. It is good. Great job. Happy New Year.
That one.
47 seconds.
That one pretty bad, I think.
Siri, where's my white cane? Ah, here.
It's nearby.
Yeah.
I think it's coming from over here. Is this it? AirTag? That's how I found my white cane.
With my warm-up resulting in probably 10% completion, It was now time to venture into the outdoors, blindfolded. Up until now, I had the comfort of knowing the layout of my living space, and now I just have to hope that it's not trash day. From my experience, I don't trust any trashmen or women to put the trash bins back in a way that doesn't obscure the sidewalk, you know, for strollers or people with disabilities. No, seriously, it's a literal, like, safety concern of mine. Sorry, ADHD, tangent.
All right, let's head out for a walk. I'm dying to get some fresh air.
Now yes, I navigate with a white cane almost daily, but that is in combination with focusing with my ears and relying on the vague blurriness of my eyes. Without getting some visual context clues to where I was heading, I was left to my cane orientation and mobility skills.
So something you might notice is I'm currently wearing sunglasses. Obviously still have the blindfold on. It's mainly because these sunglasses actually have a built-in speaker for Bluetooth. So it's actually connected to my phone and I'm able to navigate using like maps or any kind of like GPS. They're the Bose frames, so I'm able to listen to my phone discreetly.
The white cane acts as an extension of my hand. It helps identify the texture of terrain, distance, and the depths of curbs. It also helps me to spot obstacles before my face does.
One way I'm able to just get my bearings of where I am on this route is just listening to that river. I know where it is in correlation to the hill and up here on the road.
I'm genuinely surprised I managed to walk 2.5 miles in my town blindfolded. I know this is normal for many individuals, but as a cane user for only about 7 years, it helps show me the progress that I've made.
Being completely reliant with no sight was definitely like a little bit of a different experience, I'd say, because I can always adapt to it in the moment when needed. What I typically do when pouring water, you just want to kind of have your finger out a little bit, of course, wash your hands and line this up. And the trick is, because this can help you if you're trying to pour water in the dark or something, you're trying to pour a drink at nighttime, you just want to pour it until the tip of your finger can feel the water. Got a full cup right now.
Have you drank water today? If not, go get some water. I've never been one to excel in the kitchen. The one time I got comfortable with a stove, I decided to make crepes at 2 a.m. only to start a fire. With that said, I decided to reward myself on the 23rd hour with some classic, home-cooked,
open Uber Eats
delivery. I got delivery, takeout.
One mac and cheese, $7.89.
Food has delivered. I'm gonna eat lunch, and honestly, I think we're hitting the end of the 24 hours.
As I hit the 24th hour, I remembered why I did this in the first place. After finding countless videos from sighted people blindfolding themselves all in the name of content, I wanted to add a different perspective to this oversaturated video idea. I wanted to share some of the realistic ways blind people go about our days. How we use technology to work and play, how we stay active, how we stay entertained, and how we overcome our insecurities. Like any disability, blindness is a spectrum. And I know I'm not guaranteed the remaining vision I have for the rest of my days, but I do feel comfort in knowing that there are always ways to adapt and restructure to an accessible lifestyle. I've heard from many people over the years that they're not sure what they do or how to live if they lose their eyesight. But is it truly the sight of the unknown that we should fear? Or is it the lack of awareness and knowing that blind people exist and live fulfilling lives every day, many of whom weren't even born into it?
Temp 2:01 p.m.
We've made it 24 hours. That means... Oh man, that's bright. And I haven't even opened my eyes yet. Oh.